Okay, so I have a question for everybody watching. If you are or if you are not a physical media collector, though I guess I'm leaning towards more the people who are physical media collectors, I'm wondering what everybody thinks. And though this is a video that you cannot reply to live, I cannot get your responses right away, still, by the time this video is up, comment down below, tell me your thoughts. What I want to talk about today is this. Not Spider-Man, not specifically Spider-Man, not specifically the Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies, but this format of Blu-ray and my ownership of it. So I found this recently, I guess one of the last videos I would have put up by now, not as of recording, but as of you watching this movie, my video. Not movie, let's not get that ambitious. Would have been my full collection video and my update of my collection video. And yeah, you would know if you watch that I bought this Spider-Man trilogy for $4 and I was pretty damn stoked to find that because that is a good ass deal. And man, do I love me Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very special to me. The first two movies in particular are very close to my heart. I very much love them, and I've watched them probably maybe the most times of any movie that I've watched, that I've rewatched. It's probably my most rewatched duo of films. Maybe. That might not necessarily be true, but it'd be high up there on the list regardless. Anyway, I saw it on Blu-ray, and I had to own it. Thing is though, where is it? Ah, there it is behind, if you can see. I already had it on DVD. So my question is, why am I doing this? Why do you do this if you do? And is it worth it? I don't know. I'm still undecided about that. See, recently I've decided, well, actually, let's go back a bit. Recently, I've started to finally get into Blu-rays, which by the way, I was Googling earlier because I wanted to buy some more Blu-rays. Apparently, Blu-rays in general were introduced, I don't know how mainstream it was at this point, but apparently the first Blu-rays were introduced in 2006. Man, it's been fucking 14 years. And I had just started getting into Blu-rays this year, which I regret. I regret getting all the DVDs that I got instead of getting Blu-rays, but it's cool. It's fine. It's given me a bit of a challenge this year. It's given me a bit of a revelation. And it's, you know, being behind isn't always the worst thing because it's like, cool, I've got so much to catch up on. It's kind of like how with video games, I'm always playing games from like 5 years behind because it's just like, I cannot afford games when they are brand new. Fuck that, cannot justify it. Just like how when I eventually get the PS5, it'll probably be in like 2023 or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've been starting to finally get into getting Blu-rays and I'm starting to build it up for quite a bit. The top shelves here are completely filled with Blu-rays and I've got a bunch more off screen at the moment. Well, not a bunch more, but like, you know, a bit more, 20, 30 or so or whatever that I don't know what to do with at the moment because I've ran out of room on my shelves. But regardless of that, I've started to get into Blu-rays, and with that, I've also started to upgrade the movies that I have on DVD to Blu-ray. I'm trying to exclusively keep it to ones that I love, but as we all know, if you are an addict like I am, if you are a big collector and everything, you probably just, you can't say no to a good deal. So I keep buying things that I don't necessarily absolutely love, but it's like, yeah, that's good. That's a good deal. Like I got the, I don't know if you can see that on screen, but I got most of the Resident Evil movies on Blu-ray, which I enjoy all of those movies. I wouldn't say I absolutely love them, but I got them cheap. So I'm like, yep, I'm going to do that. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going with here. I think they're all pretty strong movies for the most part. I'm happy with the collection that I'm starting to do with just the Blu-rays, but I'm just saying, I can't say no to a deal. Anyway, so yeah, I am starting to upgrade the movies that I already own, and it feels like a massive waste of money while I'm doing it. It feels like... and just by the way, I'm not planning to upgrade every single DVD that I own. Fuck that. Just the ones that I really love. I will buy Blu-rays that are, you know, cheap if they're movies that I don't already own. But when it comes to upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray, I really want to only get the stuff that I really love or stuff that me or my wife really love. for the most part anyway. So yeah, that's where Spider-Man comes in. I already had it on DVD, now I've got it on Blu-ray. And I'm starting to think like I'm getting really into this. Like I really want to upgrade my entire collection. I really want to have everything on Blu-ray because it really is so much better, at least in terms of picture quality. And I've noticed like I've got quite a good amount, especially on this one anyway, of special features and stuff. There's 8-minute segments, many of them, talking about various different things from behind the scenes and all that stuff, commentaries and whatever. And all that stuff is kind of cool. Look, admittedly, I'm not the biggest geek when it comes to that stuff, and I'll probably never watch it all, which might sicken some of you. But it's cool that it's there if I do want it. If I'm ever making a video about this, if I do like a video essay on the Spider-Man trilogy, which does not sound like something so far-fetched, it could definitely be a cool thing to look back on and just, you know, learn some new stuff about it. But that's not the main reason that I got this. I got this for the upgrade. I got it because I wanted to have it on Blu-ray because it just looks better. And with that being said, it's like, okay, I can do that, but Blu-rays, like I said, have been out for 14 years. So at this point, should I only get 4Ks? Which I think, yes, is probably the answer. But then I also think, but fucking 4Ks are $30 usually, or more maybe, depending on what movie it is. 4Ks are ridiculously expensive, at least where I live. I don't know, maybe they're more affordable to you, to the viewer, to the watcher, but for me, 4Ks are fucking hard to justify. I've only got one 4K, and it's Batman, The Killing Joke up there, which was $6, and I was like, cool, that's pretty damn good. That being said, that was a dumb one to get in 4K because it's a 2D movie. It's a cartoon. How much better could it look than any other version of the cartoon? But regardless, that's not really the point. The point is, I am going on this endeavor. I am starting my journey of upgrading at least a portion.
1/4 portion.
Of the movies that I already have on DVD. And yeah, I guess I'm just wondering what you guys think. Is that a waste of money? Is that dumb? Yeah. Should I not be doing this? Should I just wait for 4Ks to get cheaper? Or is that dumb too? Because by the time the 4Ks get cheaper, for one, I'll be sad because I won't have my precious Blu-rays. But also by the time the 4Ks get more affordable, what's going to be out? 8K maybe or something? But do I care? Do I care about that? Because I don't think... I'm pretty sure 8K is unnecessary from what I've heard. Like, to the human eye, it really doesn't make that much of a fucking difference from 4K to 8K from what I've heard. And that being said, my TV is, you know, it's alright. It gets the job done. It's a fairly alright TV, but it's not like the most expensive fucking good-as TV that anybody's ever seen in their lives. You know, it was a fairly cheaper one. And so I don't know how different a 4K will look on my TV and on the Xbox. That's what I watch most of the movies on. Look, I'm pretty dumb when it comes to the tech side of this stuff. I can only tell you what I see with my own eyeballs when I'm watching the Blu-rays compared to the DVDs, which do look a lot better. And so I have decided it's worth getting all these Blu-rays and to kind of really slow down on getting DVDs. Not completely stop if I can't find a Blu-ray or if they're really expensive or whatever. I'm still buying DVDs. And if you follow me on Instagram or, well, if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know that I'm still buying DVDs. But primarily I'm trying to get the Blu-rays. But yeah, I think I've decided that I do think it's worth upgrading. I do think that they do, you know, I said do a lot just then. They do look a lot better. And if I'm getting them cheap, which I am, then like it's just kind of a fun thing to go look for it. I don't feel like it's too much of a waste of money if you're buying them cheap like I am. And that's something that I kind of want to talk about as well. If you are a collector or if you are looking to collect, do not buy retail, and at least not exclusively. Like sometimes I do, and recently I have as well, and I still do. It's always worth a look, and if there's sales and stuff, sick. That's good. But my recommendation to you is if you do collect or are looking to collect or anything like that, go op shopping, man. Go the thrift stores, as you might call them in America, or whatever. Like the places where you're going to get stuff secondhand, where you're going to get stuff cheaper. It's worth the hunt and it's fun. I make a day of it. I go and I go to like fucking however many in one day, like 30 in one day or whatever, trying to just find cheap deals. That's how I found this for $4. I would have never found this for $4 like just going to the shopping centers and that kind of stuff. Never in a million years. This would be $16 minimum. Yes, that's the right word, but probably 25 at least, I would say, if I got this from like the retail stores and stuff. But yeah, just look harder. Don't waste your money is basically what I'm saying. And that's how you're going to build up so many so quickly, like I have been doing just in the last couple months since lockdown and stuff has been, what's the word? Eased. Shops opened back up in, what was it, November? Start in November or something. By the time this goes up, I don't even know what, it might be 2021 by the time this goes up, to be honest. It's headed to December at the moment, as of recording. But yeah, I bought like all my Blu-rays that I own pretty much, apart from the first 16, I think it was. That if you watch my full collection video I just had at the very end, every Blu-ray that I've mentioned in any of my videos that I own since those first 16 that I also ranked earlier this year are new to me. They are all new, and that's like, I don't even know how many. I think I own nearly 100 of them now, or maybe about 100 of them now, and I had 16 not a month and a half ago. So yeah, that's definitely how I would recommend doing it. Like, don't shop just retail full price kind of stuff. It's bullshit. It's such a rip-off. You can find stuff cheaper. That being said, if you live near me, fuck off. Go buy retail. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want you taking all my cheap deals. I kid. You're welcome, and nobody fucking buys physical media anyway. I'm an old man doing this stupid old man hobby that no one cares about anymore. I'm outdated, I get it, but I love it. And I do think that, yeah, upgrading these DVDs to Blu-rays are worth it for me. I really love doing it, and I really want to own them all in better quality than I've had them, you know, for years. But let me know what you think, if you think it's worth upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray, because it is a questionable decision, especially financially. But again, just don't waste too much money. If you are collecting, try and be efficient about it. Try and find the cheap deals, and try to not just buy shit and everything and stuff you haven't seen as well. That's another tip of mine. I don't know, maybe you're not like this. Maybe you buy stuff, you like do the blind buys, just buy stuff to watch for the first time, which I have done also. But I would say arguably that's probably not super worth it, especially if you can find stuff on streaming. Maybe this is just common sense and not worth saying, but it's like, only buy stuff you know you like. That's kind of been my rule for the most part for years, like for pretty much all my time collecting, apart from the exception where I find cheap deals that, as we know, I cannot say no to. And maybe I'm dumb for that, but yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think about this topic and stuff. Thanks for watching, and do the things. You know what the things are. I don't need to say them. Every YouTuber says them. If you've ever watched a YouTube video, do the things that they say, please. I would appreciate it. Catch you next time.